Good evening, traders, and welcome to the PL Capital Commodity Report. I'm your host, Paul. In this video, we're going to look at natural gas, oil, copper, gold, silver, and uranium. So let's start. All right, looking at the 4-hour chart. This is the natural gas CFD chart, the spot chart for natural gas. I'm going to start with this one as opposed to the futures chart because this one is just a little bit easier to read. So as I said in my last video, I think on this chart that the 3 is in. And this all should be the 4th wave. And then we're going to be heading down to that 5th wave. And so what they did last week is just gave a nice, real nice fake out here. So they came down, just did an ABC up, and then came down and tapped that line at 1719. So created a nice double bottom to lure in a lot of dumb retail traders. So I am 99% convinced that that line, that level will be broken. So a lot of retail traders are going to look at that, go, oh, double bottom, it held. And especially when this happens, we make a new high, break out, you're going to get a lot of retail traders FOMOing in, thinking that the bottom was in, double bottom, create a new high, natural gas is off and running, and that's exactly the time that the 4th wave will be ending. So let's see if this plays out. There is one other pattern. I don't favor this pattern, but this could be, let me clean this up, that this was the impulse. You got an ABC, you got an ABC, and then you got a 5-wave move, and that's the C wave. So that's A, that's B, that's C, and now they're going to come all the way down. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but you got to be careful for that. So if you're buying, you got to know that if they really start to push this down tomorrow with inventory coming out, especially if they take out that 1719, then I don't think that all of this is still part of the 3rd wave. It doesn't fit. So then it might be that was just a really quick 4, and now this is going to be, oops, wrong one. That this is going to be the 1, 2, 3 wave move for that 5th wave, which in some ways I guess it would be good, because then we'd finally be done with this whole entire move down. So but like I said, I don't favor that this is going to happen. I think they're going to. This could be making it like an any diagonal. So this could be 1, that could be 2. This could be the leading diagonal for 3, correct down into this zone, which they've already tapped into, and go back up. And so that would be the first part of 3, like the A wave, the B wave, and then one more up. It doesn't matter if they break this high or not. 3 will be somewhere up here, and then you get a 4, and then you'll get the 5, and that will be the 4th wave, and then they'll come down for the 5th wave. That's my preferred forecast for natural gas, that they do that, because like I said, this double bottom I think is just screaming for retail traders to feel like the bottom is in. And so when I go break this high and really lure every retail trader in, and then that's when they'll reverse it. So that's my preferred case. Now when we look at the futures chart, like I said last week, I don't know, for me this chart is just, it's kind of messed up, because this cannot be. I mean, we got 3 ways down. I still think that's 5 waves. So it could be the X wave, and then we got 3 waves here. But that didn't go far enough for it to be the 3. So this is not the 3. This 1686. That's not the 3, and now we're coming up for the 4. There's something else going on here. So the only other thing that I could see on the futures chart that they might be doing is maybe they're going to make like a running flat here, and come up to like this 1974-ish area or something. Give us this look, because this just doesn't make any sense the way it is right now. That's the only look that I can see. So then that means that this was the third wave, and then this is A, B, and then they're going to come up. Now they already did make 5 waves. I've got this being a diagonal up, 5 waves up. So I don't know how they would, unless they're just going to make like an ending. I don't even think they could make an ending diagonal here. I don't know how they would get only to here. If this is 1, I guess they would have to push it down for 2, come up for 3, a little 4, and then go up for 5. So it'd be a little bit higher than 1974 probably. That'd be the only way that I could see them, this pattern playing out, is if they push down a little bit more and then spike it up, so that this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So all in all, this would be A, B, and then they'd be coming up for the C wave. And then this would be 4. And then from here, they'd be coming down for that 5th wave. That's the only pattern that would make any sense, because this, like I said, where they finished 1686, that is not 3. It's not part of the third wave. So there's something else going on in this chart. That's why I for labeling purposes, I prefer looking at this chart and knowing where we're at. That I think they'll come up a little bit more for the 4 and then go down for the 5, which would match up with, they'll come up, they'll make this into a running flat. And so they'll come up more on both of these charts and then reverse it. All right, that's natural gas. Let's move on. Oil. All right, so oil just going crazy. So I thought that that the 5 was already in, and then they kept pushing it up. So what this ended up being is that it created a leading diagonal, and it still, it looks like it's leading diagonal to there, and then a quick correction. It almost looks like they might have just one more wave up, if they even have any more waves up. But there's not a whole lot left that I see. Now, oil looks good because it's a 5-wave move, and I think this is a diagonal now. So if 86.16 is the high, I'd definitely be looking to be a buyer down in this 81.79 down to 79.09. But I think it'd be more like 80 to 79. Somewhere down in here would be a great place to look for a buy setup, because after that leading diagonal, they'll correct and then go up one more time. And then at that point, we'll have to see the reaction when they go back up. But I don't think that there's a whole lot more left in this 5th wave, because we had this A, B, and then we had this diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought they were going to come down one more time. Like I said last week, I thought they were going to come down into that like 79 level one more time, especially when they were really pushing it down. I thought, perfect buy would be 79 to 80. Well, they just quickly reversed that and shot it all the way up to 86. So I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to there, and then quick correction. And it's hard to, it's getting real choppy up here, which kind of a distribution type pattern. So I even if they do break 86.16 one more time, I don't think it's going to go a whole lot higher. So if you're not already in, I think you just got to wait. And if you are in, you just got to decide on how you want to handle this. Either just let it correct and then continue up, or hedge it with some options or whatever. But yeah, I don't think that there's a whole lot left in this fifth wave. So, but any pullback needs to be bought. All right, let's move on to the metals. Let's go with copper. All right, so copper broke the 3 high. And so just like oil, we've got 5 waves in now. And if you're in, congratulations. But now you got to make a decision on how you want to handle it, because it gets really choppy here. I can see like they made a leading diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can't tell. This might be 1, 2, 3. This might be the 5 right there. And then they made it look real quick. So there are 3 waves. But given that this was just so strong, I almost feel like they might just give like a little correction and then still one more up. Because this is pretty vertical. Like I don't know that they might end it that quick. But it is a contracting diagonal. And a lot of times you just do get a quick little 5 and then you get a... So anyway, I wouldn't, you can't be a buyer where it is right now. I mean, you got 5 waves. So you got to wait for some type of pullback. Maybe you can, if they give like a little 3 wave, maybe, but you're just not playing for a whole lot. I think I'd just even if they do that, let it go break the top. And then at some point, then there should be a bigger correction, and they'll probably target this 4 low down here. And then I'd be a buyer down in here. So we got to wait and see if the 5th wave is complete first. But either way, I'd only wait for a bigger correction and then play for that instead of trying to play for this little stuff up here. But yeah, copper is looking really good, but you just got to wait now. All right, let's go on to gold. Gold also exploding up. So I thought the 3 was already in, and they were going to be correcting down for 4, and instead made this impulse here, or 1, 2, 3, and then a quick 1, 2, 3, and then exploding up. So now I think pretty soon, if not already, but the 3 should be finishing pretty soon, and we should be coming down for a 4 and then going for a 5. So any decent sized pullback. Now, as it stands right now, that I think that the target would be about 2180-ish, 2180, 22, somewhere in there as it stands right now. But we don't even know if this 3rd wave is done. But any healthy size pullback, something like this big and time consuming, coming down, that if you're into trading gold, it definitely needs to be bought. So, but you got to wait for that pullback to happen. All right, silver. All right, silver getting really strong here. Now I do see 5 waves. So just like, I mean, all the commodities I think are kind of like very similar looking. So this one clearly impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just you can't be buying, even though there's a lot more upside to silver. You got to wait for a pullback before you can buy this, because I think what they're doing is they're creating a big diagonal going up. So we've got 1, 2, 3. That's 1. Then we had this WXY. That's 2. Now there is this ABC to there, and then 3 waves down to there, and now we got 5. So that's a 3, 3, 5. But that's not where 3 should end. So I think what they're doing is they're going to be making a leading diagonal for the A wave of the 3rd wave. But that doesn't matter. But so I think that's one. This is two. And now this is just the A wave of the third wave. Gets really complicated, I know, but there's five waves, so there's limited upside left. I mean, they could extend that fifth wave higher, but you're not playing for much. So I think this is just the A wave, like I said. So you got to wait for the retrace, some type of three wave move for the B wave, and then you can play that up to go break the top, and then all of that will be the third wave. You know, and then you get a four, and then still more up for five. And then, like I said, all that will just be the A wave, and then that'll correct for B, and then still more up. So, I mean, literally, like every dip needs to be bought on silver, because they're going to go, if we zoom out here, they're going to go break this 30.94 in a diagonal format. So, like I said, I see this as one, this is two, and they're just starting out in three. So I think we got 1, 2, 3 will be up here somewhere. This diagonal, not the big three, the little three. So that'll be 3. You get a 4, you get a 5, correct, up. So I mean, the third wave alone might break this 30 high, because the 3 should be up here, the big 3. So 1, 2, 3 should be somewhere around here. Then you get a 4, and then still more up for 5. So a lot more up for silver, but I mean, you can buy here. I mean, but you just got to know that this might be happening pretty soon, and then up. So you can buy here and buy more later, but might as well, if you're not already in, I'd just wait for a pullback, and then you can buy and hold that until they break the top. All right, moving on, uranium. All right, uranium exploding up. So this count is getting tricky, because we're just not going to know if this is the fifth wave, or this is still all the fifth wave, because they never broke the 4 low. They never broke that low. They came really close, like literally what, 0.16. So because of that, the count is going to be tricky. But you know, the only thing that needs to be known is that there's more up. So this 3-wave move could be the fifth wave, or that could be the A wave. Here's a 3-wave move down for B, and now they're going to come flying up here impulsively. It's got to be a 5-wave move up to break 32.59, and then that will if they do 5 waves, then I think this is a 335, and that's the fifth wave, and then you'll get a bigger correction. So I lean towards that they'll come up. Well, I mean, it's already looking impulsive, so I favor, this will be a 5-wave move off to break the high, and then it's just a matter of how high are they going to go above that, and then that'll complete the 5. So yeah, only looking for buy setups. I thought that this might be, and like I said, this could be 5, and then this is the correction, and now they're going to go up. But either way, I mean, it doesn't matter. We'll know after they break this high the reaction that we get, because if they come and break that low, then we know that the 5 was already in. So let's see. But yeah, I'd only be looking for buy setups, but ideally you would have been buying down here and not up here. All right, that's what I see on the commodities. Hope it helps. Good luck. Thanks for your likes and support. I'll see you in the next video.